Hi everyone, it's Marianne and welcome to my Wasteless Life. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my fall plant collection house tour. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new, this is my Wasteless Life where I take you along my plant journey and share with you some of my beginner tips and tricks on houseplants and sustainable lifestyle. And today I'm going to be doing my fall plant collection tour. We'll be starting in my bedroom and make our way down here. So compared to my spring collection tour, this one, all of my plants are back inside the house and most of them are in my bedroom, and I've also acquired so much more plants since. And I honestly lost count on how many plants I have. I know I started with around 50 plants early this year. I don't know how many I have. I'm guessing around 70 or 80. We'll try to keep a count, but most of them are in my bedroom, so let's go ahead and start there. Right over here by my west facing window is a spider plant, and right here by my side table is my Hoya Crimson Queen with another cactus and a jade succulent. And over here on my plant shelf on the very top, I have my Serrographica hanging on top right above this Christmas tree. And I have a Scindapsus pictus exotica that is climbing up a moss pole. And I have a propagation of my Thaumatophyllum bifinatifidum over here, and down here is my Glacier pothos, and underneath that I have my Marble Queen pothos, a ZZ Raven, a Peperomia ossifolia or a baby rubber tree, and a Monstera deliciosa cutting that I am propagating in water. And from here we go right above my mirror where I have 4 hanging pothos. First one is the Pearls and Jade, and here's another golden pothos, and I'm going to hang one in the middle as well, but I have to make another one of these planters. I do have a DIY on it if you're interested in making one yourself. Right here is a Cebu Blue pothos and another Pearls and Jade pothos, and down here is an Aglaonema, and right here is a ZZ plant, which is a regular ZZ plant. This plants right here are usually by my windowsill, especially if it's a sunny day. This one is my Ficus Audrey. Over here is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, a juvenile one, the first one that I bought. And over here is another Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, a more mature version of the juvenile one. At first I thought it was a pinnatum just because of the coloring and the elongated form of the leaf, but it's most likely a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, as you can see from one of the newest leaf over here. And on this wall we have the Neon pothos, the Hoya Crimson Princess, and the Scindapsus pictus argyrius. And when we go down here to the wire grid, I have the Manjula pothos reverted, Pilea peperomioides, the Manjula variegated sport, the Monstera sultapicana, a single leaf Hoya caryi, curly spider plant, Snow Queen pothos, and Philodendron Brazil. So from this wire grid, here's another one that I recently made. Since this one is only made from dollar store materials, it's not as sturdy as this one, so I only placed lightweight plants on this wire grid. Starting from here, we have the Tradescantia fluminensis bianca, the Peperomia pixie, Hoya caryi alba marginata, string of pearls, Scindapsus tribii moonlight, a Hoya curtisii, Peperomia hope, another Tradescantia, and a cactus. And right underneath that I have my rubber tree burgundy, Manjula pothos, and the Cebu Blue pothos. And right next to it I have my heat mat And I have some plants propagating on it. Right up in this corner right here, I have the Tradescantia Nanook, the Monstera Celtipicana, this Hoya caryi variegata, a regular Hoya caryi. This is my OG one. It's not exactly propagating, but since it's pushing out new growth, I want to put it on a heat mat. This Scindapsus Silver Splash, Hoya Crimson Queen that I'm also propagating, the Shangri Ulala, and some string of turtle cuttings in a turtle planter. And over here is my Thigh Constellation Monstera. This was touch and go for a while. This one is a new leaf after I lost 3 leaves on it, but it's also pushing out another growth hopefully. So it's on demand, but it was touch and go for a while. On top of my IKEA shelf is the Scindapsus Pictus Exotica. I have the Pilea Peperomiotes at the back and another Manjula Pothos. And over here is my IKEA shelf. And on the very top shelf, I have a couple more Hoya caryi albo marginata. This one and this one. They used to be all just one plant, but they suffered root rot and I have to save whatever I could. This one is a Tradescantia fluminensis tricolor. Could also be a Calisa repens, not exactly sure. And this one is my string of hearts. And I also have a variegated one over here. And all the way at the back is my Scindapsus Jade Satin. And right here is my Syngonium Pink Splash. And I have another Syngonium at the back, which is my Syngonium Albo. It produced 2 new leaves and it's pushing out a new one soon. And over here on the second shelf, I have the Philodendron Micans at the back, a Monstera adansonii narrow form, another Scindapsus Trubii Moonlight, and in front of that is the Calathea White Fusion, a couple more Tradescantia Nanook that I'm trying to propagate in Leica, and a Philodendron Brandtianum. I think I'm about to lose this leaf, but it is pushing out new growth over here, so hopefully that works out. And right here on the third shelf, I have the Ficus benjamina Snow White variegata, and this Dischidia, and then this orchid that I got at clearance. But I think it's ready to push out hopefully a new stem, new keiki flower, whatever it is called. I have this Monstera adansonii wide form in Leica. And I have this Monstera deliciosa juvenile that I'm propagating also in Leica. As you can see, the roots are coming out. And finally, I have this Stramanthe Trio Star that is not doing so well. You can see the brown tips, but that's okay. And at the bottom shelf, I have some more Monstera Celtipicana. And here are some of the nodes of the Monstera Celtipicana that I'm trying to propagate, but as you can see, they're not doing too well. My Hoya Hindu Rope, slow grower, but it is growing. And over here is some Golden Pothos Sport, possibly Hawaiian, and some more Golden Pothos here. I think this one is Neon Pothos, and I love the variegation on that one. And this one is also in Leica. And here I have my string of turtles, Peperomia prostrata. It's really loving being under that LED grow light. As you can see, it's pushing out a lot of those flower stems. And behind that, it's just some more Scindapsus pictus in Leica. And here is my maiden fern that refused to die, but also refused to grow, which is also now in Leica. And above my bed, I have the Scindapsus Silvery Ann and the Scindapsus Pictus argyrius right across from it. And these are all the plants that I have currently in my bedroom. So all in all, I have about 86 plants in this bedroom. So now let's head downstairs and go check out my plants in the living room. Most of the plants in this corner at mine, this two windows is a south-facing window and a west-facing window. It is a gloomy rainy day and I'm trying to film, so the blinds are down, but normally they're up, and they also get some light from this chandelier. But up here is my Thimatophyllum bifidobiphyllum. It spent most of the summer outside, but now it's back in. I had to trim off a lot of the leaves so that it could become a little bit more manageable inside the house. Behind it is the mango plant that I also grew from seed. It's now a lot taller than me. And over here is my fiddle fig, and I also prune it at the bottom once I have a lot of growth at the top, just so it will eventually have a tree-like shape. Here is my ruby ficus elastica, also getting a lot taller, but it is on a plant stand. My golden pothos that I have staked up, and my Monstera deliciosa. As you've seen in my bedroom tour, I did chop this up and just left kind of like the largest plant in the pot, which is this one, because I already have this for 2 years, going to 3 years by next spring, and I wanted to grow a lot larger leaves, and hopefully leaves that would also have fenestrations or holes in the middle. And this one is my philodendron Xanadu. I'm not a philodendron person, but I did see this at Lowe's 50% off. It only ended up being like $13, and it was a large Xanadu plant, so why not? Let me get it. Here's my aloe vera. It has grown a lot of pops, and I failed to propagate it before the end of the growing season, but that's okay. I'll do it next spring. And here are my herbs. The rue is starting to yellow because I forgot to water it. I'm not really looking to winterize these herbs. I just wanted to survive up until Thanksgiving, because this is oregano, sage, and parsley. And after that, it doesn't really matter if it survives or not. So on this corner, I have the pineapple plants that I did grow from store-bought ones. This one is over a year old, and the other two are ones that I just started growing this summer. A couple of struggling calamansi plants, my Fittonia, Ascendapsus pictus argyrius, growing in Leica, and my Christmas cactus that is about to bloom. And over here on the other side of the house, you've probably already seen this already in a previous video, but this bar area is being taken over by plants. All the alcohol has been moved to the bottom, and the plants are slowly starting to take over. But this is a north-facing window, so I don't really put a lot of plants here. And the plants that I have here, as you can see, are low-light plants. So over here, we have the golden pothos, another one over here, a moonshine sansevieria, and a philodendron lime mixed with heartleaf philodendron. So that's my fall plant collection house tour. And in case you haven't heard yet, my ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Pothos Plants, is now out on Amazon Kindle. The link to purchase is down below. And 50% of the net profits from that ebook from this month will be donated to food banks. The next time I'll see you all is during my 12 Days of Plantmas. Starting November 30th, I'll be coming out with videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. All of them will come out at 9 a.m. EST, and it's going to be a bunch of fun, plenty videos to help kick off the holiday season and for all of us to have a very plentiful Christmas. So thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe. I come up with houseplants and sustainable lifestyle videos every week. And if you haven't yet, go check out the videos up here until my next one. But until then, I see you. I appreciate you. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Take care of yourself and each other, and have a plentiful day. Bye.